So for this video, we'll be discussing about TOWS analysis, or these are about the threats, opportunities, weaknesses, and strengths. So let's proceed. Introduction. There's a misconception about TOWS that it's just a different acronym for SWOT, but it's actually an evolution of SWOT analysis. A TOWS analysis is a way of taking a SWOT analysis further to provide actionable links between the different parts of your business and environment. It's a really great way to extend your SWOT analysis. So the TOWS analysis matrix. So this is how your matrix will look like. So a TOWS analysis looks like the above, and it's about linking different components of a SWOT together to come out with the clear actions for you, your team, or company. So this is what we do. We place here the opportunities, and here the threats, and here the strengths, and here the weaknesses. So both of these are the external factors, and strength and weaknesses are your internal factors. And then now on the intersection of each, so strength, opportunities, this is where you place your actions on what you're going to do. Threats and strength, so this is where you place your actions. Weaknesses and opportunities, so again, this is where you place your actions. And weaknesses and threats, this is where you place your actions. So it's an extension of the SWOT analysis. So first thing that we're going to do is to complete a SWOT analysis. So here's an example. Let's say, for example, positives to be exploited. So strength is the brand and reputation. You have a good brand, you have a great sales team, you have the best product, you have a good customer service, and well-located lots of talent. So that's an external factor. So that's an example of strength. How about weaknesses? So let's say it can also be the brand and reputation, dreadful sales team. So this is our just example, not necessarily of a particular company. Poor customer service, etc. Opportunities to expand internationally. You can grow using e-commerce, start selling to banks, create an additional product, hire a new talented CTO. So these are opportunities. And threats now: poor online reviews, customer churn, revenue decline, and continued loss of market share. So this is an example of a SWOT analysis. Now the step 2 now is to identify the actions. So it's time to begin forming the relationship that will give you clear actions. We'll add some new sections into the framework to begin to form 4 relationships. Remember, it's fine not every part of your SWOT will link to every other part. So there are times wherein the 2 parts will not link to each other. So again, this is the TOWS matrix. So let's say we have now the opportunities, we have the threats, so we have to list them here. And then here are the guidelines now for these 4. So that will be on the next slides. So strength and opportunities. The relationship between your internal strength and external opportunities looks at how to take advantage of the opportunities using your strength. Compare each strength against each opportunity and ask yourself, can this strength be used to take advantage of the opportunity? So if yes, then what action do we need to take to make the use of the strength? Again, there are some strengths wherein there are no matching opportunities. You look to conclude in this box a few actions that directly enhance your opportunities by using your strengths. Then strength and threats. Avoid or mitigating the threats facing a business can be crucial to success, which is the purpose of this relationship evaluation. Take a look at each strength and map them against each threat. Ask yourself, can this strength reduce or remove this threat? What do we need to do to remove or reduce this threat? And is it a priority? At the end, this box will have a list of clear actions around actions around using your strength to remove your threats. So you can use your strength to remove your threats. Then still on step number 2, weaknesses and opportunities. So the first glance, it may seem unusual to map a weakness to an opportunity, but the link is as important as the other relationships. Taking the same approach, go through each weakness and compare it to each opportunity, considering that does this weakness prevent or risk this opportunity? So we have this opportunity, but we have this weakness. So does this weakness prevent us from taking advantage of this opportunity? So we have to analyze that. Then maybe if it is yes, then should we address the weakness? And what actions do we need to take or remove the weakness? In this box, you should have a list of actions you'll be taking to address the weakness holding you back. Again, still on step number 2, weaknesses and threats. This is in a cherry section, so of course this is the worst part. Look at the weaknesses and the threats. Both are risks to the business. Ask yourself, which relate to each other? Are there weaknesses that results in threats? So which elements should be addressed? So you should be addressing this. In this box, you'll have a list of actions or highlights around the riskiest aspect of your business. So in summary, so what do we place in strength opportunities? So this is where we use strength to take advantage of the opportunities. Strength and threats, so we use the strength to remove the threats. Weaknesses and opportunities, so which weaknesses hold you back? So we're skipping us from taking advantage of this opportunity. And weaknesses, threats, so what threats can be removed? Then the step number 3 is prioritize and assign actions. So once you've been through this relationship, you have a list of defined actions. Place them into a priority order by evaluating them against the opportunity and the threat that they relate to, and begin to assign them to members of the team. So if you have a team, then assign them their actions. So here's an example about TOWS analysis. So let's say, for example, the strength is the existing brand, existing customer base, existing distribution. Weakness is the brand perception, intermediary use, technology and skills, X-channel support. And opportunity is cross-selling, new markets, new services, alliance of co-branding. So the strength, opportunity, strategy is to leverage strength to maximize opportunities. So we're going to use the attacking strategy. Actually, this is not really, but it gives us what strategy we're going to use. So for, let's say this, but the SWOT is an example. So threats are customer choice, new entrants, new competitive products, channel conflicts. So what would be your strategy? So you should use the defensive strategy. Leverage strength to minimize threats. And for this one, counter weakness through exploiting opportunities. So build strength for attacking strategy. And here, we should build strength for the defensive strategies. So for opportunities, we use attacking strategy. And for threats, we usually use the defensive strategy. Here's another example. So this one is a more complete TOWS matrix. So strong R&D and engineering, strong sales and service network, efficient production automation. So for opportunities, we have growing affluent market demands, more luxurious cars with many options, attractive offers to build an assembly plant in US at Chrysler, and American Motors needs small engines. So this will now be an example of this. For strength and opportunity, develop and produce multi-product line with many options in different price classes. So this is an example. Build assembly plant using R&D, engineering, and production automation experience. Build engines for Chrysler and AMC OS. So it is taking advantage of the opportunities. So weakness, heavy reliance on one product. So develop compatible models. So the opportunity is growing affluent market demand. So develop compatible models for different price levels. Rising costs in Germany. So to cope with rising costs in Germany, build plant in US, hiring US managers. So attractive because there's an attractive offer to build an assembly plant in US. So that's a weakness, that's an opportunity. So our action is to cope with rising costs, build plant in US. And then the same is true with the others. So strong R&D engineering, exchange rate, so reduce effect of exchange rate by building plant in the US. Competition from Japanese and automotive, so meet competition with advanced design technology, and because that's also we have strong sales and service. So again, we just try to relate both strengths and threats and give possible actions. So this is I will not be going through the whole example. So just take a look at the example, and then that's it. So we have now an example of a TOWS matrix. So thank you very much for viewing this video.